Hey guys, the brand new holiday palettes are dropping, and of course we've got the brand new one from Morphe. This is the Morphe No Silent Nights. So after using this, I'm going to tell you everything I like about it, everything I don't, and if this palette is right for you. Let's get started. So when you first open the palette, you get this right here, which is a really amazing little guide. If you're not used to doing your makeup and you're more of a beginner, this will tell you how to get those amazing eye looks that you're looking for your holiday party. And this little guide is going to do it. So the way they have it set up here is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 system. It's kind of like a paint by number thing. So we're going to move this down so I can show you guys the colors. So 1 here would be your light matte. So you would put your light matte right here in the transition lid part of the eye. And then number 2, you're going to add your shimmer. So the shimmer is going to go right here in the inner corner. And then 3, of course, right here, that's going to be a matte. And then, you know, there's no 4 in this one, but we are going to use number 5, which is going to be Midnight Masquerade, and that's going to be here, and you're going to pull that all the way down to darken up your eye look. This is going to be a very smoked out look with this dark shadow, but you can do it for every color in the palette. You just got to go down the rows. Now, I don't particularly love a palette that is laid out like this. I kind of like my colors to be all over the place, but I do like how they made this really easy for beginners. That part I do like, because if you are not used to using makeup, this will be really great for you. Let's talk about the color story for a second. I don't particularly love the blues and the yellows, and you've got kind of these earth tone oranges, you know, and then here you have plums and pinks. Okay, the whole reason I bought this palette is because of this row right here. This is the row that is really hot for fall. These colors are super trending, these earthy tone pinks. Now this one right here is called Major Mauves. I don't know why they called it mauve. Well, they didn't exactly call it mauve, they called it mauves with an S, so they made it plural, so it's not exactly a true mauve. Because when I think of mauve, I think of a purple shade, but this is definitely not a purple shade. This is a very earth-toned pink, you know, more of a dusty shade, but definitely not a dusty rose. But it's just like a dusty earth-toned plum, but very light. I do like this shade quite a bit. My favorite shade in the palette is this one, All Is Bright. This is the most amazing transition shade that Morphe has come out with. I love that shade. Like that shade right there would be why I buy this palette, but I love this row right here. Now, because I wouldn't particularly go in with the blues up here in the corner, these ones, yes, you know, I would wear the gold here. It's very pretty, it's festive, but I wouldn't necessarily go into a lot of these yellows right here. I did, however, you know, use them in the video. I don't think I would reach for them very often. That being said, I would actually pick up their 9-pan palette instead of the 35, because they do have like a more condensed version of like these colors and these colors right here. So if you guys are interested in just getting those, I would definitely suggest the 9-pan palette. What I do like about this palette in particular is that you have the white called Flurry Up. Beautiful name, love that, so cute. That's a white for blending, and of course you have Midnight Masquerade here, which is your black shade, also for blending and smoking out the looks. I created 3 looks for you guys. Let's talk about the first one. For look 1, I decided to go in with a lot of those plum shades, and I created a really soft and beautiful look, but I wouldn't call it a holiday look necessarily, but it was just a really amazing fall look. For me, holiday looks are definitely more glam, more, you know, New Year's Eve, kind of like we're going into that, you know, road where it's shiny, it's like disco ball ready. This palette does not do it for me. Unfortunately, I find the shimmers to be really lackluster. They're pretty, but more like this office fall pretty, not holiday glam, let's go out for New Year's, like Christmas parties, holiday parties. It's just not that palette for me, but it's really pretty. So for this look in particular, I ended up going in with a lot of those plum shades, which are really hype right now for the fall season, and I really liked it. It didn't have any fallout, and it went on really buttery smooth. It blended well, but things, you know, just didn't seem all that pigmented. You know, there are different palettes on the market that have launched recently that definitely have those same color story to them, but they are more pigmented. If you're looking for something soft, subdued, this is definitely the one for you. For look number 2, I decided to keep it more in the taupe family, a little bit cool, but moving into a little bit of a deeper, more defined eye. So for this look, I decided to go in with Over the Taupe, In Crowd, and Twilight Sparkle. I think it turned out really beautiful. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. There wasn't a lot of fallout, but there was with Twilight Sparkle. Again, just take your powder brush and wipe it off. There wasn't a big deal at all, or you can always go in and do your base afterwards. I like to do my base first. It's just the way I've always done my makeup, but it's up to you guys. For the third look in the collection, I decided to play with these yellow earth tones. Like, it kind of ranges to a gold to a yellowy earth tone vibe. Now, I played with about 6 or 7 of these shades. There was some fallout, not a big deal, but I feel like the shimmers really just don't shimmer. Like, they're gold, but they're not as gold as they should be. Like, they're just not. In comparison to another Morphe palette that I have, the Sweet Oasis palette, I feel like that gold shined more than this one in the holiday palette. Right there, that tells me something. For me, the shimmers in this palette just don't do anything for me. If I'm going for a holiday palette and I'm creating a holiday look, like, it's going to beam. Like, it is going to be seen from space. But this one it doesn't shine like that. So if you are looking for something that is very minimalist, this is definitely the one that I think you should pick up. So my recommendation, should you pick this up? Probably not. Anything, I would pick up the 2 smaller pans. The color story is definitely more consistent in the 2 smaller ones. I think you'll be so much more happy with that one. Now, if you really do like the blue and the yellow, definitely pick up this one. But speaking of the blue, I do want to tell you guys, I did not film it. Well, I did, but I didn't actually include it. The blue was terribly patchy, like, I mean really patchy. There was also a lot of fallout. It is a blue shade, so I do expect that from a blue shade, but it was patchy. Now, if you do want to see that, I can throw it up on Instagram if you guys want to get a good laugh, because it was just a hot mess. If you guys want a really amazing holiday palette from Morphe, check out what they launched last season. It's the Quad Goals palette. It's beautiful, it's stunning. Check out my review right here. All right, guys, until next time, live, love, and lip gloss. Bye, guys.